Yes, ma'am.
So we already started discussion on this Employee State Insurance Act. अरे screen किधर गया? Okay, so we were discussing on like what exactly mean by this State Insurance Act. According to that, what are the different provision? Can you anyone remember what were the provision? What are the different benefits under this act? किसी को याद है? किसी को याद है? अद्वैत? So these are a most important part of this particular benefits. Examination point of also it's very important like benefits under ESI Act 1948. Medical benefit, sickness benefit, maternity benefit, disablement, dependents, and the funeral expenses. So you just keep all the six benefit in your mind. Very important part. We will already discuss all like what is in a medical benefit, what is the difference between a medical and a sickness benefit, maternity के अंदर क्या आएगा. Okay, so in this maternity benefit maybe the government is thinking on like in the जैसे women employee के लिए है तो will it possible for to give this benefit to the male counterpart under the paternity benefit. Okay, so we have finished with this. Okay, so for all employees, now this is a conditional, all employees earning 21,000 or less per month as a wages, the employer contribute 3.25 and the employee there is a contribution from both the party again in the same this act also like we already studied under the Employee Provident Act, and there was a contribution by 12% from employer and 12% from employee. So here the employer contribute 3.25% and employee contribute 0.75%. Now total share is 4%. Now the fund is managed by ESI Corporation. Okay. So we will today discuss on like how it is formed. This corporation is formed. What are the other authority who are taking a decision in this? How the standing committee who are taking a decision under the medical benefit and all that. So we will discuss today that part. But this, according to rules and the regulation stipulated there in ESI Act 1948, which oversees the provision of medical and cash benefit to the employees and their family. And the main objective of this scheme is a type of social security scheme and for employee in the organized sector. Now, what will happen of unorganized sector? So, government also plan for the employee who are working in unorganized sector. We will see in the next maybe in other security benefit, but this is mostly implemented in the organized sector. The employees registered on the scheme are entitled to medical benefit for them and their dependents, unemployment cash benefit in certain contingencies, and the benefit in case of women employees. In case of employment related disablement, there is a provision of disablement benefit and the family pension respectively. So have you seen any ad where there was a separate provision for a disabled employee? Maybe suppose just say the pattern of a reservation as all that. So हिंदी में यदि याद है या मराठी में यदि याद है तो सेपरेट प्रोविजन फॉर द जैसे विकलांग या उसमें भी उन्होंने पूरा डिटेल दिया है कि गवर्नमेंट एजेंसी की if there are 100 seats, so out of that some percentage of seats is reserved for disabled employee or a candidate. 67 outpatient medical facility are available in this 1418 ESI dispensaries. Now, what is mean by outpatient medical facility? Earlier, I just said that in last session also, this particular scheme, when they are thought, because it was during that was an era, we Indian independent की बात चल रही थी, very complicated area. And during those days, because of the धीरे धीरे कैसे था, हमको we got independence in 1940. Prior to that, from 45 only, most of the government, उनका जो power of authority and autonomy रहता है, your British government, they have started giving or delegating the authority to the Indian um, officers or Indian people. तभी से they have started thinking on that, because the आपका जो ये sector ये है, company है या mines है या organization है, that is already established in the India. So many welfare officer was appointed, and they was giving, like, it's supposed to be welfare given to the employee or the worker, specifically for a worker. And the thought was actually planning process was already started prior to 48, but it's implemented in 48. And when they launched this particular program or this scheme, it is started from Kanpur. Okay, so that time the this particular dispensary, they have started, they have tie up with not a proper ESI dispensary, but they are tie up with the government hospitals. Okay, so that was a in that days, but now under this ESI corporation, every districts, they have their dispensary. If not, maybe that area is not having their dispensary, they have tie up this scheme with the government sector hospitals. Okay, now even the registered medical practitioners are there. Inpatient care is available in 145 ESI hospitals. I think this is a old number. Today, it number it will in I will discuss in a latest amendments, like it is now near about 200, more than 200 ESI hospitals in India. And this is when it started with, that was this particular number. In addition, several state government hospitals beds for the exclusive use of a ESI beneficiary. Cash benefits can be availed in the advanced centers throughout the India. So it is very, very important that to provide this benefit, for before that we must have a provision कि ये benefit कैसे देंगे, where to go and take this benefit. Like you people are aware about COVID का जो है. Okay, so that was a particular one natural calamity की जैसे हम consider करेंगे, and no provision like how to deal with this sudden thing which happened in India. So deal with this. Already the Maharashtra government and the your normal apna jo central government, they have given a this particular suggestion to the medical जो आपका ये है ministry है कि you need to, जैसे महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट का है तो they have already received a indication from the government that you need to provide certain provision. So in Pune, maybe you people are not staying currently in Pune. So जो आपका we have a various COVID center here. So फिर भी जो government hospital है, that was first booked for a government COVID centers in Pune. Then what happened? फिर भी there is a lots of demand, increase number in a demand, bed का number बढ़ गया. So they have asked the private sector organization कि hospitals कि we want this number of beds in the your hospital. वो भी bed कम पड़े. तो government, Maharashtra government, especially Pune Municipal Corporation, they have taken a decision कि आपका maybe you're knowing that area, आपका COP, College of Engineering, Government College of Engineering near Shivaji Nagar, and they have an open ground, बहुत बड़ा ground है जहाँ पे exhibition लगते हैं. So they have made an arrangement in that ground for a COVID center. So this is like certain decision, because the numbers are increasing. Like this also, when they started with, it was only 67 outpatient medical facility. Now suppose आपके organized sector बड़े हैं, employee का number बड़ा है, and parallelly definitely यदि employee के number बड़े हैं तो parallel to that automatically the जो claim होगा या दो facilitator है already बढ़ जाएंगे. So parallelly they need to increase in this outpatient medical facility and the dispensary facility. Definitely, but obviously. So this is very, very important concern in that. Establishment of employee state insurance corporation. I want to discuss today this key. When this scheme is launched in 1948, but who will look after that? है ना? Suppose आपको ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट एक ट्रेनिंग सॉरी प्लेसमेंट देना है कॉलेज में. Simple example I'm sharing with you because the time is not permitting me to continue with. We have only 4 minutes. कि suppose placement देना है, but normally the role of a teacher is teaching. जब placement की बात आई, that is a 1 decade before या 2 decade before. Are you still there, Harsha?
Yes, ma'am.
बाकी का ये बीच में ही कनेक्शन ये हो गया. Only Harsha are there. बाकी दो दिख नहीं रहे. ठीक है, we will continue because even hardly 2 minutes.
I'm also there.
Okay, so what happened? To give who will take care of this particular scheme? So ये जो scheme है एम्प्लॉई स्टेट इंश्योरेंस एक्ट कॉर्पोरेशन का डेवलपमेंट हुआ. Like we have, I'm giving a example of like suppose placement की बात जब आई कैंपस प्लेसमेंट की, so we will look after this. तो प्लेसमेंट टीम होनी चाहिए. Then we frame that who will be the authority to take care of that. To be the UGC said that you must appoint a training and placement officer, है ना. जैसे ऑफिसर रूल होता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, तो देयर सपोज टू बी यू नीड टू अपॉइंट वन ऑफिसर हु विल टेक केयर ऑफ ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स. ओके, एंड उसके लिए फिर कमिटी कौन होगी? तो वन इंटरनल फैकल्टी विल बी heading that committee, then the student will be the part of that committee. वैसे in next session we will discuss about like how this corporation will be working, formation of corporation, employee state insurance act, then उसके roles क्या है, उसकी responsibility क्या है, उसमें other benefits है, they are having a different benefits. To give this different benefit, who will take care of कि medical benefit के लिए, then again separate what we get the standing committee. There is a upper committee who will take the decision कि किसको किसका बिल पास करना है, किसका क्लेम इशू कराना है. So this is normally normal nomenclature है constitution of corporation. We will discuss in a next session. Okay, so till I will stop here only for today's session. We will continue the constitution of corporation in next session. Okay.